I am back at Getting Over It, which I have not played in a very long time. I don't even know if it saved my data. It did not. What I remember is that I lost all of my progress, so starting here isn't much more progress lost, I guess. How do I remove the... There we go. I remember getting mad at this game and rage quitting. And it's really my only last memory of this game. Other than losing my progress and getting mad because of that. Okay. Can I just... I don't know what sound that was.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home, and you
I
have to
did
go
that
back after spending an
this
hour on the
week.
commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up.
Gosh,
If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back.
I can take anything.
I'll be here.
Don't quote me on that.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip.
Doing good progress for not playing for
Just find a
about
safe place to stop and quit the
a
game.
year or
Don't
two.
worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of
When does this guy stop
than its
talking?
polished products. In a certain way, Sexy
Okay, I
Hiking
thought he
is the
stopped
perfect
talking for a
embodiment
second.
of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a
Gosh,
hammer. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress
you
is
gotta be
guaranteed.
kidding me.
Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past
An hour.
it. Prod and poke at it, exploring the limits
If
of
it
your
takes you an
reach,
hour to get over that tree, that's
trying
just
to find
sad.
a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of
Man.
confidence. Most
I was so
obstacles in
close.
video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment, just by
man.
spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make
Did
a
my-
frustrating game. The frustration
My
is
hammer went
essential
right
to
through
the
that
act of
light.
climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
I'm gonna screw this up real hard.
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas.
When did this
And
guy
that can be like
stop
working with bricks
talking?
and cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world, not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened.
I've
Because
never
the
heard of
objects
that in
the
my
stores
life.
are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage.
This guy wrote a whole memo
In
on
the
why
context
he
of
made this
technology,
game.
those moments pass by in seconds.
Don't.
Over time,
Okay.
we've poured more and more refuse
was gonna
into this
say.
vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh, untainted, and unused.
Oh man.
When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
I'm gonna lose. Well, I can't really
Maybe
lose
this
this
is what
game,
digital culture is.
but I'm gonna screw up real
A
hard.
monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on live.
I do not care.
Lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Is he done talking? I think he is. How do I do this?
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real pain in the gut.
I spent all that time, all that 7 minutes. I just like floated into the air. I think I'm going too fast. Isn't the people that like speedrun go fast? So I don't see why speed would be too bad. Whoa. Okay. Here we go. Maybe. Okay. I'm accidentally pressing buttons on my mouse now.
Oof, sorry about that.
I don't think you are sorry about that. Can't you like jump off here and...
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying, don't let it get to you.
Oh, it's starting to get to me. That's for sure. Okay. This time, I will make it across and up the stairs. Here we go. Over here, over here. Watch, I'll speedrun it. That's not speedrunning it. This is not speedrunning. That's not speedrunning. Okay. It's not even in English. Well, that text wasn't. Also, what kind of place is this?
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
Ain't no way.
Nope, I'm done. Subscribe for another episode. And yeah.